Ukraine is a deeply divided country. Just like Somalia is a deeply divided country. You have people who in this conflict that are violent on both sides. You have one side that said they are willing to sell out their resources to U.S. companies. So the United States support that side. That is the side that Ilhan Omar helped raise support for regime change for. And that's why she got booed by a bunch of Somalians at her hometown, because she meddled and literally got the United States involved in what is otherwise a divided country. If you're anti-imperialist, you let countries figure out their issues on their own.
And a lot of that division is because there's CIA infiltration.
Yes.
That is causing that division, that is going in there and stoking the kind of, you know what I mean? That we're real good at that. We're really, really good at that. That is what we do. That's not me making it up. There's historical precedent for that. And so a lot of that so-called division has been manufactured entirely by the United States and NATO.
I'm glad that you brought that up. Let me see. I like showing this one because I like showing this receipt because this receipt is from Jacobin. You know what I mean? So if this is something that Jacobin tweets and publishes, that means there is no excuse for the NATO left to repeat their talking points. That's why I use this source, Misty. That's exactly why. Yeah. Because if Jacobin can tweet this and post this, there is no excuse for being ignorant on this. None. The CIA may be breeding Nazi terror in Ukraine.
Maybe. Of course they are. Yeah. It's what they do. It's what they do. And it's what they've always done. Seriously, you guys, again, this is not like just me, some random chick from Ohio talking out of her ass. There's like actual evidence to support the fact that this has been done numerous times over. It's not.
Yeah, I got some. Yeah, I have a thread. I have a stream I'm going to do. I want to do it alone because it's literally gonna be me reading all the receipts on Nazis in Ukraine. It is literally this has been a stream I've been pushing back for like maybe 10 days now because I'm gonna show you. There's this site I might send to you, Misty, where someone put together all of the evidence. They put together all the articles, media used to report on it.
Nice.
I was going through like, holy shit.
Yeah, send that to me. I want to see it. My friend Alex Rubinstein has done amazing work.
If I go through exposing a lot of that. If I go through my bookmarks, I would plan on doing like maybe Nick at Night where I literally just go through all the receipts.
Do it. That needs to be done.
Yeah. Yeah. It is something I keep putting off, but it's coming very soon because not like necessarily a time extensive segment. I do gotta do it though. But I'll put this receipt up because this show what Missy was referring to. I'm gonna play this video. This is what I originally set up. I'm gonna show you guys what this woman from Odessa had to say about the United States and the conflict in Ukraine. I don't want to spoil it, so let's hear what she has to say. She's speaking in a foreign language, so I'm a big screen it, lower the volume, and I'll read it off. She asked this question, so I'm sure that she was asked it, so she's repeating it, right? How can it end? Well, first of all is Donbass. We have the most hardworking people here. I've studied and worked in Donetsk. It's the most beautiful city. It goes from 0 to 60 real quick. The hard work and stoicism of our people, our men and women, will lead to our victory by all means. I don't consider the United States to be human. Sorry. You know the history perfectly well. They start war anywhere. All their wealth is acquired through wars. They don't care about people. What can you say about a nation like this? Because everything started from that side, the United States and NATO. Missy, now you see why the NATO left? And Matt
She's 100% right. And I love her.
Now you see why they erase these people, Misty?
Yeah.
They erase the pro-Russian Ukrainians. I showed you guys the BBC article that is now 9 years old, where they literally did a segment talking about all the Ukrainians who secretly want to be Russian. It was a giant thing.
Mm-hmm.
So let me continue this what she said here. She says, what can you say about a nation like this? Because And then she says, yeah, what can you say about nation about this? Because everything they started from that side, the United States and NATO, the European Union has already completely disgraced themselves.
Uh-huh.
They used to be normal. France and Germany. What are they like now? The United States, they're United States colony. Like, she's killing it.
Yeah. I love her.
They said they used to be normal. They used to have their mind on right. Now they war hawks like the United States. Moreover, nobody goes into detail that the war was started by Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
She's on fire, Misty. She's on fire. Yeah, sorry. I'll play again. Treacherously by Kirchhoff, you may remember. You literally hear a bomb go off too, and everybody just blaming Russia, Russia, Russia. You hear what she's saying? There's a lady. Actually, I think they said Donbass. Yeah, this is a Donbass woman, right? And she's literally calling out NATO. She's calling out France, Germany, and then she says everybody just blaming Russia, Russia, Russia. Russia has never started any wars, but always won them.
She's not wrong.
Not wrong. Where's the Russian imperial flags in Africa?
Where's the 1,000 military bases that Russia's got all across the globe? Where's that? Where's the countries that Russia is illegally occupying right now? Which some would argue that they're occupying Ukraine. I would disagree with that, but it's still like somebody on Twitter today said something. Somebody was arguing with them said something about how the United States is like a occupier and fascist, and then they were like, "Oh, it sounds like you're describing Russia," and I'm like, dude. The entirety of what Russia has done in Ukraine over the past year, like a little less than a year, that's a fucking Tuesday for the United States.
Right.
The entirety of everything that they have done. We do that on a Tuesday. Like, there is no comparison. It is beyond absurd to even try to make one. Again, not a Putin fan, but let's be real. Can we?
Yeah. And I want to show you guys a clip of the Biden administration not being able to answer why are they so sympathetic to the Ukrainian, why they aren't sympathetic to Palestinians like they are the Ukrainian resistance. and that's like that's the point you made right now, where people pretend that Russia is doing all this crazy thing in Ukraine. Yeah. Like the amount of civilians that the United States killed in like the first month outweighs the amount the Russians killed in Ukraine.
We are the fucking terrorists. Like we support dictators all over the world, the ones that we like and installed. If anybody dares to speak against us, then we suddenly need to go to war with their country and overthrow their government and install somebody who will be our little puppet. That is what we do. That is 100% what we do. We are the United States. I say it all the time. The United States government is by far the world's largest terrorist organization, period, in history, period. There is no It's not even close. It is not even close. Not even close.
Look at what she said. She said she don't even see the United States as human. And that,
I don't blame her. I don't blame her.
That's most of the global population.
Yes, and I don't blame them. Y'all, look at what we do. We need we need a gut check. We need a big look in the mirror moment as Americans. We are not the good guys. We are never the good guys. And this whole thing that I'm supposed to believe that we actually care about the people of Ukraine. We don't even care about the people of this country. And I'm supposed to believe we care about Ukrainians? Of course we don't. We're using them. We are using Ukraine and the Ukrainian people as cannon fodder in a proxy war against Russia in order to weaken them and launder money. That is what that is. We don't give a shit about Ukrainians, period. And by we, I mean our government. Obviously, I care about Ukrainians. Nick cares about Ukrainians. But our government does not give two shits about the Ukrainian people. Not one.
The NATO left really believes that Jim Crow Joe is sending weapons to Ukrainians because he cared deeply about them.
Yeah, right.
That's what they really believe. Anyway, her last statement is pretty powerful as well. She talked about how Russia never started a war. They win them. She also says, we are Russians. You see, we are in Russia. Going back to the fact that Russia held a referendum, and these people wanted Russia to do this for years. The same with Crimea. They held a referendum in Crimea. Crimea overwhelmingly, like 75% rate, wanted to be part of Russia. And now you have Ukraine and their supporters that say it's not even about peace anymore. It's not even about stopping the invasion of Ukraine. It's about going back on the offensive and now taking lands back from Russia, like Crimea. People who don't even want to be part of Ukraine. They want to force this lady who obviously identifies with Russia, sympathetic to Russia, but lives in the Donbass. They want her to forcibly be a part of the fascist regime in Ukraine that banned the Russian language, that banned the Orthodox Church, banned opposition political parties for being quote unquote pro-Russia, which essentially means these parties are like, let's go back to the Minsk agreement. Let's not fight war and ethnically cleanse our countries. And then Zelensky banned them for being pro-Russian.
And banned oppositional media. And in fact, Twitter is banning independent journalists like Alina Lip, who are reporting in the Ukraine. So it's good to see that Elon Musk is really keeping up that free speech thing. Way to go, bud.